Real talk. No bull. Real talk. We're putting it all on the table. You know what to do.
That's what we need, the glass breaking. Anyway.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He was literally my favourite.
He
was one of my favourite. Actually, Mick Foley is my favourite wrestler of all time. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he was Mick Foley, Mankind, Dude Love.
Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
He was a master, wasn't he?
Oh, mate, he was awesome. Like he like pioneered like hitting the concrete.
That's true.
Yeah. Like
And now look at him.
going beyond the mat.
He gave his body to that company.
Oh man. He was
Is he?
His ear.
Oh, he's here. I thought you meant he's here.
No, yeah, yes.
and if he was here, I would go and see him.
I think he's done a little.
Oh, probably has. Yeah.
But anyway, what are we up to?
We're up to episode 38. Don't hate.
Don't hate. Yep.
Episode
Don't
38.
do it. It's not worth it.
Yeah. All love,
Yep.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you been?
Yeah, not bad, man. Not bad at all. Helped a good mate of mine build his shed in the weekend. So that was
Mr. Wayne.
yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Future guest?
Yeah, he we had a little chat about some stuff and he said that he would be happy to come on the podcast and
good.
tell a little story about stuff. So we won't divulge anything else there, but yeah, we're gonna look into that.
Oh, that was my phone.
Yeah, genuine guy
Yes.
with a genuine story, and so yeah, that'd be really cool. But tonight it's just us.
Yeah, another one, just
Another one.
mano y mano.
Yeah, that's right.
For those of you who don't know what that means, man to man, one on one.
Yeah, not man on man.
Nah. Not yet.
All bro, no homo. Yeah, man. All right. So, any admin you want to take care of before we crack in?
Did I say I was going to?
I don't know.
Nah,
No.
I got nothing to say.
No, that's cool.
People know.
Yeah.
Mano y
People
mano, the literal translation is hand to hand.
Ah.
Well, there you go. Fucking hand to hand, man to man.
Yeah. Okay.
I was way off.
Yeah, way off. Mate. Way off. There's pills, mate.
Oh, the pills, they're multiplying.
Yeah, nice, man. Nice. All right, well, let's crack into it with everybody's favourite segment to crack on with.
What ripped your undies?
There we go. All right.
Was that 6 seconds?
No, you probably left it.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's right.
Schmuck. Schmuck.
Okay, so I'm going to crack into it.
It's good to give me time.
All right.
Oh, no, I know mine already.
So, in the afternoons when I'm walking the kids home from school, right, there's a road that comes out from where the school is and everything. There's a set of lights there. And we obviously hit the buzzer to cross the road. The amount of people that run the red light to try and get into the line of traffic and then we have to walk in front of them is unreal, man. Nearly happens every day. There's at least one or two cars that are waiting for us to then cross the road because we've got the green man. And man, I death stare these people. I death stare and I give them the little wave of the finger. Because I want them.
Is this to get into like the kiss and ride lane?
No. This is just coming back out into the main road and whatnot. Like this is just people getting out of the school area.
So they've tried to cut across, but then they realised that they weren't going to make it
While
through.
they're turning.
Yeah.
They're turning. And we're crossing the road and they're turning. And they're turning onto the main road.
Yeah.
And so they've got a green and it's going green, it's gone orange and red, and then they've gone on the like late orange. And so it's turned red. But because ours has gone green to cross, I literally start crossing and they have to stop.
Yep.
Yeah. And I death stare them and I give them the little wave of the finger. Yeah.
Yep. Get it right.
Oh man.
Absolutely.
I will fight for the principle of that.
Get hit.
It's like I would love for someone to get out of their car and I will literally put them in their place.
Give them a stern talking to.
I mean, I'm right there with my kids. I mean, I'm not going to physically fight somebody in front of my kids, but I will be very, very stern with what I say. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that rips my undies when people do that. So if you're pulling out a bonnet parade in the afternoon, turning onto Mango Hill Boulevard, don't run the fucking red light.
Just don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
It's just
Don't do it. It's a school zone, man. Just chill. Just chill.
It's like,
Yeah.
again, it's the same people that don't put their trolleys away. It's just a sign of
Yeah.
where we're at as a society.
Oh, yes. Yeah, everyone's in a rush, man. Everyone's rushing. Everyone's in a rush.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone's just so important. Yeah. What do you got, man?
Haters.
Haters.
Just don't hate. There's no need for it. Fucking people that hide behind their little keyboards or, you know, want to tear men down or women down or tear whoever down because it makes them feel good. There's no fucking point.
Yeah.
There is no point. Sure, I used to be, this is the new Braden,
Yep.
you know. I'm not about that life anymore.
Nah.
No.
Nah.
I'm cleansed.
Yeah.
I'm zen. I'm peace. But the old me used to do shit like that too. Don't
hate-
get me wrong.
No hate or love.
No. I'm just, yeah. Now I see it for what it is, and it's just, you see too many good people get smashed and bashed by people for no fucking. I'm gonna try to tone down on the swearing on this episode, for no reason, no real reason, except just to try to make that person feel better. It's a
Yeah.
low pieces
Oh,
of
that's
shit.
right. That's right. I try not to hate too much.
No, you can disagree.
I mean, I might judge people in a moment, but I'm definitely never going to verbalize. I don't verbalize it. I mean,
We all
internalize it.
we all judge a little bit.
Yeah, everyone does.
It's a bit of fun.
Yeah,
But the hating,
yeah,
cut it out.
yeah.
Cut it out. I'm going to point my stumpy finger. Cut it out.
I don't think any of our listeners hate.
Nah, not the herd.
Nah,
Nah.
definitely not the herd.
Nah, that is the best. I love that. I've even been putting that on our little Instagram stuff. This one's for the herd.
Yeah.
I actually also have a ripped undies, a
Oh,
very specific,
Dino.
weirdly specific one.
Yeah.
Combank's pay ID system. So, sold something on Marketplace last night. Guy shows up, pays me. Combank, because that's the bank he's with, decides to hold that transaction for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Don't know.
No fucking reason.
Sometimes
They're
they do that when it's a new
Like a
pay to-
scam?
pay
But they're the only bank that now does it, and that's like the whole point of pay IDs to quickly pay people on fucking Marketplace.
That's right.
I've
That's
never
right.
used it.
Yeah, neither actually.
Never used it.
So great.
Cash
The-
only for Marketplace.
Yeah.
No, because that just means I have to go to the bank.
Oh, so you bought something off him?
No, he bought something off me.
Yeah, but
Oh, okay.
on your way, go past an ATM.
No, because I don't want to then go to the
Oh!
bank to deposit it.
I'm gonna join in on your ripped your undies. The not being able to use your smartphone to get money out. Get with the times, ATMs. I know there is some places that you can do it, but
I actually seen an ATM the other day for the first time say that you didn't need your card.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
you got to use your.
So I actually had quite a similar experience of I did the tap my phone. I could only withdraw money. I couldn't deposit it.
Ah, okay.
Sort of.
Yeah, see, I'm out of touch. I'm out of touch.
Out of touch.
Yeah.
I'm out of touch.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got all this technology, and yet we still can't use our phones at most places to get money out.
Well, it's just I mean, I prefer cash. I'd like cash to come back.
No cash.
But it's going cashless society, baby.
No, but
Yeah.
but that's because I have a bad relationship with money, and that cash isn't real money because it's already out of the bank account. It's already spent, therefore it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Huh?
Cash doesn't lose value, though.
Yeah, you've lost me.
Okay, so once the cash is no longer in your bank account,
Oh yeah.
it doesn't count as real money anymore and can then be spent on whatever.
But one would say that the money in your bank account isn't real money because it's just numbers on a screen. It's not tangible in your
Yeah,
hand.
but that's the numbers that I use to pay all my bills and everything.
That's right. That's right. I mean, we'll
So
do.
once
We'll
it's
do.
all in cash, it's already out of the bills account and whatever,
Yeah.
and can be spent on whatever.
That's right.
So when
Oh,
I
yeah.
couldn't deposit my money,
Yeah.
Archie is like, can we go look at toys?
Yeah.
So into Target we go, and he came home with a nice new Spider-Man.
Of course he
Smart
did.
play, buddy.
Oh,
Smart
yeah.
play.
Yeah.
He played you like a
Oh,
fool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, can we go look at toys? I'm like, I have a pocket full of cash. Let's do it.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Oh, well, that wraps up that segment. We'll have a little.
That was a good one, Dino. I like that you got in with that one.
Yeah. Good
Bravo.
to have you jump in, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done. Well done. Oh, but just on a side note, just a big ups, Commonwealth Bank. 2 and a bit years after I got scammed, I got 2 payments turn up in my bank account the other day. And I was like, well, my wife rang me and she said, what are these 2 payments that have just come? They were for identical amounts and just shy of three under a pop.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I don't know what that is. I thought that was something that you had done. And she was like, no. So I rang the bank and then they put me through to their fraud team or their scams team because I was kind of like, I don't know where this money's come from. So, I need to talk to somebody. And then he was like, oh, yep, no, sweet as. That's the money that you got scammed and we recovered it from the scammers. And so you get paid back. And I was like, well, look at that. And he's like, yeah, sorry that it took so long. And I was like, nah, man, like I had written that money off a long time ago. And so I was really, really stoked that they still diligently work on these
Active cases.
Cold
cases.
Yeah. And they still chase these scammers and it was great. I was really amazed. So yeah, big ups Combank and thumbs down Combank at the same time.
Yeah, you are just still at the
mediocre. You're neutral still.
bit of a country that is.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, same amount of the money you got back was the same amount of money Combank refused to give me today.
Yes. Yes.
Someone by the computer was having a good day.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, oh, no.
That's right.
No.
That's right. All right.
Anyway, enough of the chit chatter because that shit don't matter. What are we talking about?
Yeah. I think tonight we're going to talk about expectations. Expectations we place on others.
Yep.
And expectations that others place on us.
Yep.
And expectations we place on ourselves. Because that's a big one.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Should I divulge into what kind of...
Well, you can open up with a few statements and a few bits and pieces. Maybe give us a definition of what
we're referring to in
What?
terms of expectations?
Yeah, what?
Okay, let me just go
Give us a
through
definition of expectations. I mean, most of us know, but
Well, here we have an expectation is a belief you have that you have never negotiated. Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Like, for example, you expect people to act a certain way, but you don't tell them.
yep,
Then you feel hurt, angry, and disconnected when they don't. And this is where resentment is built. Because how I expect you to act is my expectations. Like, again, like what you've just said, it's how I would expect people to react to a certain situation or vice versa, And this is where we find ourselves having this conversation. It seems to be a common theme lately with relationships and, the rules of, what you're expecting from them or what was the word I said before? It wasn't servicing. It was, let me just scroll. Contribution. Yep. So I reckon it'll be a good one to talk about, I've heard a lot of people going through some shit, especially in their relationships. And to be honest, it all comes down to the common theme is expectations and communication.
yeah. Relationships, friendships.
Yeah. Well, you can apply it to anything.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Fucking work,
That's right.
business,
I
which is
mean,
work.
yeah, man.
So it can be applied across all boards, really. And if you don't know the rules of the game, how do you win?
that's right.
How do you win, baby? And I think that's a really good thing for relationships.
Well, I guess there's no real such thing as common sense anymore.
No.
Because everybody's interpretation of common sense is different.
That's exactly right.
And so it's kind of like there's this old school mentality that like, oh, it's just common sense, just common sense.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, well, hold on, man. Like what you know and what I know could be two completely different things. So therefore your common sense and my common sense are completely different.
Yep.
And
You
so-
don't know what you don't know.
That's right.
No, that's exactly right. And I can
right.
honestly say that since I've worked on this in my marriage, it's the fucking best space it's been in. Like, it's just shifted everything about how we operate as a team now, and highly recommend people looking into it and spending a bit of time on it. But yeah, it definitely, like I said, once you know that person's rules,
What is it about your relationship now that's better than it was before?
communication.
Okay.
Yep, I know. How would I? Let me just go back to my notes because I thought of this.
I actually have a perfect example of expectations and communications that happened today with my wife.
Okay.
Shoot.
Great.
She came home from work. I was doing some videos for the podcast. She's like, "Can you do laundry?" I'm like, "Yep." Finish the video. I then eat lunch and she's like, "Thought you were going to do laundry." I was like, "Yep." She thought it was going to be then and there. And she had started doing laundry and was unhappy. And then she came over and she said, "This was what I expected. This is now how I'm feeling."
Oh, well,
And it was just a great communication. And she wasn't angry.
yeah.
She just clearly communicated what she was feeling, what her expectations of me were, and how I could ratify the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
You know, expectations set upon someone else.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have one too. Okay. So, I know one of my best mates from back home in NZ, Dave, he probably doesn't tune in. And
Come
if
on,
he
man.
does,
Flips your game.
if he does, you know, he'll know what I'm talking about. But so Dave's slightly older than me. I think Dave's about 44. He's doesn't have any kids, doesn't have a long-term partner, and I have a wife and kids, and you know, we obviously both work and whatnot. So my expectation of Dave was that he would be available to talk to me when I needed to talk to him.
Yep.
And a lot of the time he wasn't available. And I would get really upset or angry at the fact that I would call him 5-6 times and I'd get no answer from him. And I expected him to be able to be available because he didn't have a wife. He didn't have kids. Like, yes, he had a job and whatnot. But after feeling this way for so long, I kind of got to the point where I was kind of like, you know what? I really have to check myself on my expectations of Dave. Because the thing is, he is a single male, 44 years old, has a good job, earns good money. Just because he doesn't have a wife and kids, it does not mean that he is not busy.
Yeah.
You know, if anything, he's probably more busy than me because of that life that he has. And so once I released him of the expectations that I had of him, I felt a lot better about it. You know what I mean? Like, I was able to let it go.
Yep.
Because, and even though he's still useless at communicating, Dave, you're fucking useless at communicating. He knows that though, right? He knows that. And he'll admit that. And that's okay. It's not that I don't love him as a brother. Like, you know, I'll still always have great love for him. It doesn't matter if we don't talk for a couple of months or 3 months or whatever. But it was the fact that I had to recognize in myself that I was placing this really high expectation on him. And because he wasn't fulfilling it and it was making me upset, but the thing is, it wasn't his problem. That was my problem.
Yeah.
And so I had to reframe the way that I was looking at the situation. And yeah, once I was able to release him of this unknown expectation that I had of him, like you said, like it's something that we place on somebody that you haven't.
They have no idea.
They
Unless
don't
you
no
have
idea.
like verbally
I
said
mean,
it.
I had verbally said it
Oh,
probably
okay,
a
well.
couple of times, but you know, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's a busy guy. He's got a life.
Yep.
You know, and he can't be at fucking there whenever I need a chat. You know what I mean? Like, because he's fucking out doing shit, and that's cool. And I'm happy for him for that, you know? And so, yeah, that's a huge part of expectation too, and like friendships and stuff. Like, if you don't verbalize these things to each other, then how are you supposed to know where the line is, or where the boundary is, or what the expectation is? You know what I mean? Like,
Like if you've been a certain way for so long, and then all of a sudden it stops. Well, you know, how are you going to take that as well?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's the how you go from how it was to then, I guess, distance. Well, there's two ways that people can. Well, there's no one way people can take it, and the hard thing is that most times you've got two people living the same experience differently.
That's right.
You know, and that's where it all builds up again. Resentment. It's like, oh, he hasn't done this, or she hasn't done that, or why haven't they done this? You know.
Yeah.
This is what we were saying before, you know, about knowing the rules, knowing values and people's I guess I don't want to say knowing people's expectations, because then it's yeah, I guess it is.
Well, I mean, I guess like, you know, like you and I have both been in long-term relationships with our partners, right?
I thought you were going to say us.
And you know, you only get to this point in life with, you know, being in very long-term relationships with really good communication. And something that I've always said right from pretty much the start of our relationship is that I'm not a mind reader, and I don't read between invisible lines. It's like, you have to tell me exactly what you are feeling or what you want, and then I will know. Like, don't beat around the bush. Don't expect me to guess. Don't, you know, wait for me to figure it out. Just say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll also even tell bosses, hey, if you've got any issues with me, just tell me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not personal. This is work. You know, like, fucking tell me what the issue is. Like, so I don't hear it secondhand from someone else.
Yeah.
Like, tell people the expectation.
And you can do it. You can do it in a polite, civil manner.
That's right.
You know, but
well, it doesn't always have to. Yeah, it doesn't have to
it can be uncomfortable.
Well, it can be. It can be uncomfortable for somebody to open up about the expectation that they want to, you know, well, that they're expecting of somebody, and it can be uncomfortable to hear it.
Yeah.
Because if you can't provide that expectation, you know, then that makes you feel like, you know, like you're maybe failing, or you're lesser of a person than they want you to be, but without that level of communication, you'll never know these things, right?
And we're not talking about expectations like, oh, I expect you to come home and do dishes and dinners. That's not what we're really talking about, is it?
Well,
it can be.
It falls under everything, right?
But it's more just what like someone expects out of a relationship in terms of what they value, and if you can provide that to them. Expectation. I think that's what I'm getting at in my,
I guess I'm just seeing it as a general thing, you know, like, because it's a really
you can use it
thing,
like
right?
we said before. You can use it anywhere, and I just wanted to touch on that communication side of things. Like I said, it seems to be a big sticking point in relationships, and you know, it was a huge problem that I had with communicating with Lara. Like, I just fucking shut off. I just wouldn't do it. But since I've kind of learnt about this and read about it and picked my game up and asked the questions to her about, you know, what her expectations are or what her rules are, you know, for life and her values, I was able to really, really focus on that. And now I'm just fucking hit, like, we are on point. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, man. So to the men hearing it, I know we all hear it about communication, but fucking communication. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Talk about the expectations. Talk about the hard things. You got to talk about the hard things.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And like,
I guess the thing is too, like when you're in a friendship with somebody like a best mate, or you've got a wife or a partner, or someone that you love, it's kind of like these are generally the people that we won't have the hardest of conversations with.
Yep.
Because we are scared.
Yeah.
Or we're scared about the outcome. We're scared of hurting someone's feelings. We're scared of them like losing their shit or whatever. But it's kind of like these are the people that you should be able to have these hardest conversations with. You know what I mean? Like, because it's kind of like, well, if you can't have those conversations with those people in your life, like the people who are closest to you, it's like, well, who can you have those hardest conversations with? And it's generally the ones who are closest to us that we need to have the hardest conversations with.
And it helps you be truthful with yourself as well.
Oh, 100%.
And then you're not going to, again, having those hard conversations, you're not going to have that resentment build up.
No.
And then as soon as you start festering on resentment, it's fucking game over. It's very hard to come back from serious resentment.
Yeah. Like I don't like to let the sun set on an argument.
Yeah, I'm about that now.
I've been about that for a long time. Like I would rather sit up all night and fucking hash it out than fucking go to bed angry. Like, because I don't want to wake up in the morning with that still brooding inside me.
Fucking
You know
the
what I
makings
mean?
of a shit day.
Oh, it would have the shittest day. And then the thing is, you're not going to resolve it in the morning. Like then you have to wait all day.
Yep.
And then it carries on into the next evening. And that feeling's been going for over 24 hours now, like.
More resentment, more manifestation.
Totally. Well, and the thing is, it gives you a chance to think about all this shit that probably isn't even true.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you're just building it up, and I can never say this word.
Ruminating.
Yeah, that one. But here's a good one, another little why relationships break, how it all ties down together. This is all my thoughts and book thoughts and ChatGPT's thoughts,
Okay.
So you've got expectations that you've never communicated, rules you never agreed on, or you're contributing in ways the other person doesn't experience as love. So you think that you're providing all these things to your partner that you believe is like, I do all that extra hard work, or I do all this, or I do that, but really they want you to be more present because that's how they view the love, but you see it as contributing financially and doing the hard hours. So if you're not speaking or understanding, again, each other's rules or expectations, both people can feel unseen, unappreciated, alone, even though both people are still trying and thinking that they're both doing the right thing, but you can still both be doing the right thing and failing. And that's what it's all about, communication.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd I go?
No, and that is right. You can both be trying to do the right thing, but still failing.
That's right.
Because if you don't have a really clear level of the expectations, then you're always going to be missing the mark.
Mm-hmm. That is exactly it, man. That is exactly it.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's really important to get for any successful relationship, friendship, business partnership, fucking whatever.
Yeah.
It's just, it is a key staple of any ship.
Yeah. Lay the expectations out.
Yep.
It's just like every evening when the kids are getting ready for bed. It's like, kids, shower, get dressed, teeth, hair, toilet, water, bed. Expectations sit right there. They know what's expected of them. They got a time frame. They know how long they've got to get it all done. Do it.
Yeah.
And don't fight.
Yep.
That
never happens.
That never happens.
Nah.
There's always fighting.
There's expectations and there's unrealistic ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm glad we are experiencing the same thing.
And then it's like, you go to check on them. And it's like, why are you sitting on your bed drawing in that book?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's like, no, put that down. Go in and brush your teeth.
Yeah. The worst is when you put them into bed and you tuck them in and you go, okay, it's bedtime now. This is me coming in to say goodnight to you. Good night. And then you hear them get up out of the bed and you go, for fuck's sake, I've just tucked you in, and then want you to come do it again and say goodnight. It's like, I've already done it. I've just sat down.
Well, they get up 5 minutes later and they're like, oh, I just want a water. It's
Yeah.
like you literally just had a water. You
Yeah.
are like the most hydrated generation of
Or
all
I can't.
time.
My favorite is I can't sleep. I'm like, you've been lying there for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Of course you can't sleep. Just lie there. She goes, oh, well, how do I fall asleep? I said, just lie there. You'll eventually get too tired.
Oh, man.
I love them.
I literally have been saying the same thing to my daughter her whole life, and she has never taken her on board.
Just
Because
lie there.
Well, no, like, 'cause when she was young, she asked me, well, how do you fall asleep? Because I was like, oh, you got to turn your body off to fall asleep. She's like, well, how do I turn my body off? She would have been like 3 or something. And I said, well, you've just got to lie there, relax, close your eyes, and do nice deep breathing.
Yep.
And I literally would say that to her every single night. She's 10 now, and she still can't do it. But she can hear a song for the first time and memorize the whole song after listening to it 3 times.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, mate. Knowledge retention at the moment is just.
That's a rip my undies.
Oh, there you go. You got two in for one there.
2 in for 1. Yeah.
I'm just going over my notes again.
Yeah. But yeah, and then you got expectations
Rules.
of rules.
Yeah, I can smash some rules on you if you want.
What kind of rules?
Oh, this is where we go. Rules are the way that you think a life and relationships are supposed to work. Again, I guess that's your also expectation.
Yeah. Well,
And-
isn't the old saying like rules are meant to be broken?
Ooh.
You know?
And so is your relationship then.
Well,
No, I don't know why I said that.
it's
but-
yeah, rules are subjective though. Yeah. You know?
yeah, but that's why you've got to
Communicate.
them.
That's right.
So, for example, if I work hard, I should be appreciated. If I stay quiet,
That's an expectation.
yeah, but it says it under rules, all right?
All right, man.
All right. If I stay quiet, things should stay peaceful, right? And instead of communicating your problems,
Yeah, and just let it manifest
Yeah,
and boil
yeah,
up and boil
yeah,
up until
yeah.
one day you lose
which
the
a lot of men fucking do,
until you hit the shits and destroy 3 doors and
Yeah,
fucking smash the screen out the fucking
yeah,
security door.
yeah,
And
absolutely. Now, if I give love, I should receive it the same way. That's a fucking beauty.
that is one. Yeah.
That is a beauty.
Because we all love differently.
Yep.
Yeah.
Men love to love,
Yeah.
and women tell us what you love.
Well, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a perfect example. Tell us what you love.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Explain it. Explain your rule of love, and then we can try our best to fulfill it the way that you want it, and then you hope that that you're putting in. You obviously don't do it for to expect shit in return, but you want to give your partner what they feel they need, and then they, in theory, should be doing the same thing. It's not about taking; it's about giving. Does that make sense?
yeah, you should.
It's a place to go to give, not take.
you should
Your relationship.
you should give without the expectation
Yes.
of receiving.
Yes, but really, you're still expecting them to love you the way you want to be loved. But
Yeah.
the theory behind it's good, but
Well,
in practice,
that's
it's
a good relationship. It's reciprocal, right?
Yeah.
If it's a one-way street, then it's not a relationship that's working.
Yeah.
If one person's putting in more effort to make a relationship work, or there's more love coming from one person, and there's, and you're not getting that in return, then it's kind of like, well, there's obviously a disconnect happening somewhere. It's either you've done something to make that happen, like, because that doesn't just happen, right?
No.
Like if a woman just turns off,
There's a reason.
there's a reason for that. Like it's not something, and it's probably something that's been building for her over time.
Yep.
Like it's not just something that you've just done once.
No.
It's something that you've done multiple times. But here comes the but.
Ooh, the kicker.
If she has not communicated that with you and she's just letting that happen, then it's kind of like you're both a part of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Takes 2 to tango.
well, she's not communicating her part. So she's not telling you the expectation or telling you what's wrong. She's letting you continually do it. Gets to a point where she turns off.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just hypothesizing, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, but
I can't say it hasn't happened in minute forms in my relationship over the years.
But you're a good communicator.
it's taken us a long time to get to that point.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I mean, it's taken us a long time to get there. I mean, my wife and I have pretty much had nearly every relationship under the sun.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, you know, there's been multiple times where most people probably would have left each other.
Yeah.
But, you know, my fucking parents raised no quitter here. You know what I mean? Like,
That's the spirit.
and,
That's the spirit.
you know, she can't get rid of me that easy.
Yeah.
So, you know, she's stuck with me now. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So,
I had a good point to make then, and I was just listening to you, and I've forgotten it.
That's okay.
Well,
I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Might come back to you. But, yeah. So back to your rules.
Yeah. So that was just pretty much, you know, so I guess the problem in hearing question marks, it says other people are playing by completely different rules. People aren't wrong. They're just playing two different games.
That's right.
You know, we're
right.
both playing we're both playing the same game of life, but we just play it differently.
Yeah.
You know, so I think I've noticed a dramatic change, a tangible change. I can measure it by just correcting a few things, because let's not like I'm no fool. I know that I was 99.9% of the issues that were being caused, but once I started getting on top of this and just really, you know, at first it was like, you know, all right, I'll give it a go. You know, I think as a man, we like to see a real quick, tangible thing, something that we can see physically work. And as soon as I saw giving this a couple of days to a crack at that, having that real hard conversation with my wife about these things, and I asked her to think about hers and communicate them with me because it needed to happen. And I can honestly say it's the best I felt. And and she's just so fucking happy with where we are at as a team now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you might not believe it, just give it a crack. If you're in a relationship that's struggling, you know, what's the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah.
It's going to keep failing.
Yeah. I was real guilty of my wife trying to communicate what she needed and wanted from me, and then me thinking that I was doing those things where I was kind of just missing the mark a little bit. And then I would only do those things for a short time.
Yeah.
And then I'd revert back to my old way. So this was back when I was stoned all the time. So I had a very different view on what was going on.
Yeah.
But, you know, like here I am thinking I'm doing everything that she needs or wants from me, but I actually wasn't.
Yep.
Like, and so that is a problem too. Like when the expectations have been laid out and then one person thinks that they're doing what is expected of them,
Yep.
but then it's clearly evident that they are not.
Yep.
And so then that creates a problem in itself, because then the person who's then raised this issue and raised this expectation says, no, you're not actually doing it right. And then you feel attacked.
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, no, actually, hold on. I'm trying here and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And it's like, yeah, but you're not.
You're missing the mark.
Yeah. And so that happened quite frequently. And, you know, I'm real guilty of not pulling up my pants enough.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
wouldn't say half-assed, but you didn't
no,
fully.
I was walking around with them around my bum.
Oh,
you know,
gangster.
Like one of
Gangster.
those like little thugs.
Crip walk.
Street thugs.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, like, and so I guess now that I've been sober for X amount of years, it's, you know, I could see all of those faults in myself. So it wasn't the fact that she was always getting the shits with me. It was actually the fact that I wasn't delivering
Yep.
enough. And I had a warped perception
Oh, dude, it's just like I've just lived this.
of what I thought was happening.
Yes.
And in reality, I was completely fucking
Yep.
missing the wicket, you know?
Mate, yeah, that's exactly it.
And so it wasn't until I found that clarity through sobriety that I was able to rectify all of these little idiosyncrasies about myself. And it's like, yeah, okay, you know, I'm still not perfect, but I know how to listen better and I can pick up on the cues better. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And so like I try a lot harder now than I used to, you know? And we were talking about something the other day, and I said to my wife, I said, well, what's your ultimate fantasy? And she says that you clean the whole house by yourself. I went, really? And she said, yeah, I would love nothing more than for that to happen. And I was like, sorry, babe.
But
yeah.
you're right, and it was since I came clean that I've realised all that exactly what you said just then is that you think while you're on it and you're doing all these right things, but you just constantly miss the mark because it's a half-assed attempt. Well, for me it was.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
then
there's definitely things that I was doing well and I was excelling at,
yeah, same.
but there was other facets of life that I was definitely not.
But the values and the expectations that she expected, or you know, you probably were missing
Yeah.
the mark on.
Yeah.
And that is so true, man. And as you were saying that, I'm just going, yep.
Yeah.
That
Well,
is the
like
truth.
you said, like there's the one set of rules, but we're both perceiving them differently.
Yeah.
And you know, like, and so, you know, I'm really lucky that, you know, my wife has stuck with me all of these years
same.
through all of the bullshit that, you know, like, see, like here I was thinking that I had everything under control, you know,
Stop. Are you in my head?
but I only had very meager parts of my life under control.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, and there was a lot of it that I probably was trying to run away from or escape or cover up or whatever. And I know a lot of guys do that. You know what I mean? Like, and then when women get up and walk out, we feel blindsided. But it hasn't just been from one instance. It's been a culmination of moments and times and instances that have led up to that moment. But I guess women just get to a point where they just get fed up
Jack
with
of it,
saying the same shit over and over and nothing happens, right?
Yeah, I think.
And it's not all men's problem, right?
No.
Because there's obviously a level of communication that needs to happen.
It's a
and there's
breakdown,
a breakdown
absolutely.
of communication on both parts. But men don't really generally see that breakdown the same way that the women see it.
No.
Because, like, I know that, like, if I come home to a messy house in the afternoon, I don't care.
Yep.
I'm more concerned if everybody's happy. How's everybody's day been? Everyone had a good day? Like, that's kind of what I'm concerned about, you know, like, and so, you know, I don't know, man, it's, I guess, yeah, it all
And
comes
it's
down to
Eye of the beholder
verbalizing,
as well.
yeah, it's verbalizing the expectations, it's communicating those expectations
Consistency.
and being consistent about them and reevaluating these expectations.
Yeah. Life
Like,
changes. The
every-
changes with it.
Like every now and again, like sit down and have this conversation, because the more that you have it, the easier it becomes.
Well,
It's kind of like, okay, let's have a you and I meeting,
yep.
you know, let's air some stuff, you know, what's going on, you know, like, okay, I haven't been happy about this and I haven't been happy about that. And, you know, you were doing good at this bit, but now you're slacking, and
dude,
it's
I
kind of like, let's, you know, figure that out.
I've had this exact conversation before with Lars, and I was talking to someone at work, and they were saying, "Oh, aren't you worried now that you've done all this stuff? If someone drops the ball, you know, you're just going to revert back to your old ways and blah blah blah." And I said, "No, not even worried about that, man." I said, "You don't have to drop the ball; it can be juggled, but you stop and you reassess it." And now that we've got good communications in place, I said to Lars today, I said, if you see me not sticking to something that I said that I was going to do or fulfill, or, you know, that was part of the bargain, just tell me.
Yeah.
Just tell me so I can reevaluate it, reassess it, and hit that reset switch and go again.
You got to love I shouldn't have to tell you, though.
Oh, no, you fucking should. Absolutely you should.
It's literally going to be a contentious subject between male and female
Yeah.
for the forever and ever and ever, for all
Yeah.
of time. Because it's, like I said at the start, like, I'm not a mind reader. I don't read between your invisible lines. It's like, you know, if you want something, just say it, you know, but then it's kind of like, oh, but you should know. It's kind of like, well, I shouldn't. But
But
communicate.
yeah,
Communicate.
Just on that, I think a lot of it as well is
But there's that
sometimes
level
sometimes we just take things that our wives. Well, I don't know. I've been guilty of this in the past. Just as like they're giving us the warning signs. They're telling us these things, but we're only just taking it at surface level. I don't know about you, but I've been guilty of that.
Yeah,
And then and that's when you go, oh, it was blindsided. Well, not really. They were communicating it, and you were just taking it on face.
But like I said, don't beat around the bush.
No.
Just
Absolutely.
Just say it.
Yep.
You know?
But there's times where Lara has said something to me exactly how she wanted to say it. And I was just like, oh, yeah, surface level.
Yeah.
And it turns out it wasn't.
Yeah, you haven't really
Listened.
acknowledged it
Haven't
or listened
properly.
Yeah.
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 Communication is fucking key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Yeah. Yeah, it is. So I think I think you just chat with your wife, your partner, your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Air out the bullshit if you feel like there's some kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, there was a time when I had this thing happen with a friend of mine, right? We were like 20 and this thing happened. And I didn't say something for 13 years.
That's a lot of resentment.
No, I didn't resent it. I didn't resent him.
Did you have a problem with it?
I did at the start.
Yeah.
And then over time, it just became my problem. It
Yeah,
wasn't
okay.
his problem anymore. It was my problem with the fact that I hadn't said anything. And I didn't really know how to approach it. I didn't know how to talk about it. I didn't know how to bring it up until I eventually brought it up. But then when I did bring it up with him, I said, look, this is not your problem anymore. Like, the ship sailed on that a long time ago. The problem is me not saying anything at the moment and at the time. And I said, for that, I apologize and I'm sorry for that,
Yeah. Oh, that's good that you took accountability for it too,
Oh,
man. Like, and that's the
100%,
other
man,
part.
like-
You got
Yeah.
to take responsibility for the shit that you're responsible for, and not what they're responsible for.
It was a moment in my life where I didn't really feel like I had a lot of a voice.
Okay.
And especially within the group of friends that I had at the time, like I probably wasn't I definitely wasn't a top dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so I just didn't feel like I could really speak up in the moment. And then that moment passed. And then it was kind of like, well, yeah, how do you bring something up when it's like, months old now? And then it's like years old. And
Yeah.
then- but yeah, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did bring it up.
How did he respond?
I can't really remember actually.
Couldn't have been that bad if you can't remember it though. Like, he couldn't have responded that badly.
No, I don't think he really responded to that in itself. We then sort of talked about other stuff that was going on at the time.
Oh, okay.
Because he didn't need to really respond. He didn't need to say sorry. And I told him, I said, you don't need to say sorry about this. You don't need to feel bad about it or whatever, like, it was what it was. But he, later that year, he took his own life. So I was glad that I was able to tell him those things before I didn't get a chance.
Yeah.
And this brings me back round to the communicating. Because if you don't communicate, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, man.
It's like I literally tell my wife I love her probably like 12 times a day.
Yep.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case something happens. I want my last words to be, I love you.
Yep.
That's the last thing I want her to know that I said if something was to happen, between here and there.
Yep.
And so.
And delete my history.
Don't find anything on mine. And
I wouldn't say Lara would be surprised anything she finds on mine, mate.
Yeah. And so life is all about communication and the way that we communicate and like I have this thing where I like to talk to strangers every day. I like to try and have a good conversation with a stranger. Because it's amazing at what that does for your communication skills.
Yeah.
You know, I can know somebody's life story in about 8 minutes. And so it's kind of like when you do that and you know how to communicate like that, it's like, why can't you do that with the people that are close to you?
Probably no judgment. And it's easier to be,
Well, that's right.
you know,
It's easy to, I guess it's easy because they don't know you either. You know?
that's exactly
And,
right. And like you hit the nail on the head on before, man, it's the ones that we're closest with that we can't have those hard conversations with because they just, I'm guilty of it too, you know. You feel attacked and you know, and it very rarely comes from a place of being attacked. It's because you've been misheard or communicated incorrectly.
And then, you know, like, because you feel like you've been attacked and your character's been attacked, then you respond with anger, which is a deflection to the actual root cause of the problem. And, you know, like, instead of just saying, you know what, you're right.
Yeah,
it's
man.
easier to go, oh, well, hold on, you know.
Yeah, no, you did this, you did that, you
Yeah,
said
and,
this
you
on
know,
this day,
fire
or
some
fucking, you know, here's my screenshot of,
That's right. Fire
you know,
some shots back.
Just
and
own your shit.
just own it.
That's what I'm all about. Same with work, friendships, Lara-ships. Just own your shit. Situationships. Just fucking own your part. I own my part. And then we find common ground and we settle it.
Yeah.
Don't fucking sit there and nah.
Yeah.
You know, you should never have to take responsibility for someone else's shit, even if you're in 70% of in the wrong and they're 30% in the wrong. You just own yours, and they own theirs. But people don't do it,
No.
and it's just like nah. No. But it is what it is, man. You just move on, and
That's right. And then I guess, you know, sometimes the truths don't get told because somebody's scared of hurting feelings. And so then they don't speak up, they don't communicate, and then they hold on to the resentment because they're scared of the ramifications of what it might do with that person, you know.
I'm going to use me and you as an example.
Okay.
There's plenty of things that we have spoken openly about, truthfully about, that we probably don't see eye to eye on. But it sometimes can be a hard conversation to have, but we have it. You know, it might not be directly about us. It could be something that we just in a disagreement about. But you talk about. Well, that's exactly what I'm talking. That's pretty much exactly what the point I'm trying to make is you can have those uncomfortable conversations but still be respectful, still get your point across, and again, you call me out on the stuff that I'm making sense. I'd happily do the same to you.
Yeah, I'd expect it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's how you grow.
That's right.
You know, and
That's right. If you don't make any mistakes in life, there's no growth.
no, it'll just pass you by. You're just a fucking passenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's I just like to use that as an example because I think we're very truthful to each other, or especially on the whole podcast between all of us. We do have those hard conversations. I might say something and Dino might go, "Oh, no, it's not how it works," or "No, I don't like that," or "Okay, that's just
Yeah, that's right.
it's a bit of truth." But
That's right.
you know, it's not attacking me personally.
Yeah.
You know, so
And what about the expectations that you put on yourself? You know,
mine have changed.
yeah,
Mine have changed. Mine have changed a lot, man. I know what I will settle for. You know, what I won't stand for.
Yeah.
And I've learnt to voice my truth, even if it makes other people uncomfortable.
yeah,
But I like to try to do it from a place of not anger. Does that make sense? I just try to do it calmly. You can laugh all you want, mother. But yeah, I have definitely improved in that area, man.
yeah, yeah.
And I guess yeah, I just know what I'm about now.
Yeah.
Know what I want, what I won't. Again, I've got a different set of expectations now of
Yeah.
myself,
Yeah, I
and
guess,
I know how to meet them.
I guess I lowered my expectations of myself a little bit. Because when you set the bar too high, you're just constantly in like this mode of like disappointment.
Yep.
you know, and who wants to live there?
They've got to be realistic.
You know, you have to think realistically about life, and if you're setting the goal too high sometimes, you know, or you're not sort of hitting the mark, and you're not kind of doing these things that you feel like you should be, then your goalposts are in the wrong place.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You know what I mean? Like, you might have to shift the post.
Yeah,
like,
there's nothing wrong with that.
No. And you know, like my wife, she puts a very high level of expectations on herself. She's a very smart lady, and yeah, she does, and she's just started a new job as a teacher, and she is doing great. You know, she's doing really good, and she's trying hard and stuff, but she feels like she's failing at times, when in reality she is doing as good as she can be, and she's doing, you know, what's expected of her in this moment. You know, like maybe this level of expectation she has of herself would be good in a year's time.
Yeah,
but for right now, like,
she's exceeding it.
She's not hitting it. So she's feeling disappointed in herself.
Well, that's where you got to.
But that's just about lowering that level of expectation for the moment.
Yeah.
You know, and she is doing a fantastic job. You know, it's been a huge shift for her. You know, sort of going from sort of casual work, part-time work to full-time work. You know, sort of rearranging our life to suit, you know, her going back to work, which is fantastic. You know, fantastic for us as a family unit. You know, she sort of, because she's been with the kids for so long doing the kids things, she's obviously feeling a little bit sort of torn about that as well, which probably affects the way that she sees the job too. But I mean, she's amazing, and she's doing awesome.
Yay.
Yeah. But
Yay, Tim's
that's that level of expectation though. You know, she has this level of expectation, not quite hitting it, so she doesn't feel like she's doing her best, but she is. Because sometimes you can only meet yourself where you're at, right? And
we always just, our expectations of ourselves are always set extremely high compared to what we would expect from someone else. You know, so that's where you just take that step back.
That's right.
And reevaluate. You don't have to lower it.
No.
You can change it.
Yeah.
And reevaluate it, but you don't have to lower it.
Yeah.
You know, so
let
that be a lesson to everyone.
Yeah. That's it.
But yeah, man.
That's it. All right, man. Well, as always, if you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, share, follow.
If you're going to hate, fucking hate. Bring it on.
If you've got any input you want to put in this, chuck it in the comments of wherever we share this. Yep. Feel free to jump over to our Facebook page, give us a review.
Insta.
All these things.
The
Webby. Yeah.
Just remember, we're just two dads.
That's it.
Talking about dad shit and how we see it. That's all we are.
At the end of the day too, man, this is all just our opinion.
Yeah.
You know, we're
our
not
our lived experience.
It's just lived experience. You know, we're not experts, but you know, there's over 10,000 hours in this.
In what?
My relationship.
Oh yeah. I'm
with my wife.
Yeah, same here, I think.
And well, you over 20 years.
Fuck, it would be 20 years this year since I've met Lara.
Yeah.
Oh God, I better do something special.
Yeah. Nah, nice. Nice.
Nah, good one, man.
All right, man. 38.
Don't hate,
and we'll see you next week for episode 39.
Real talk. We're putting it all on the table. You know what to do.